Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 28th, 2023, and Barcelona have announced a net profit of 304 million euros. Also, the club are now being formally investigated for bribery charges in the Enriquez Negreira case. And finally, Barcelona are currently tracking a new left back as a possible substitute for Alejandro Balde. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. This is my second attempt of making this video. After recording all the news, I went to edit those videos and they magically disappeared off my computer. So this is attempt number 2 and hopefully it all goes well. Now, having said that, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way in helping this channel continue to grow. And if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the give back. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, not just on Barcelona matches, but on all sporting events around the world, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links are down below in the description. Now we'll begin with the news that Barcelona are set to face off against Sevilla tomorrow, Friday, September 29th, in what will be week 8 of this La Liga season. And Barcelona have announced the squad list for tomorrow's match. And this squad list consists of Marc ter Stegen, Joao Cancelo, Alejandro Balde, Ronald Araujo, Íñigo Martínez, Gavi, Ferran Torres, Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, Iñaki Peña, Joao Félix, Andreas Christensen, Marcos Alonso, Oriol Romeo, Sergi Roberto, Ilkay Gundogan, Jules Koundé, Astralaga, Lamine Yamal, and Fermín López. Now, Xavi Hernández spoke in the pre-match press conference where he discussed several topics, and I would like to highlight 2 of them. Starting with Lamine Yamal, where Xavi Hernández said, "He is 16 years old and sometimes it shows. You can't just play with the ball. You have to follow the fullback. That's why I think he needs to be protected. He's doing very well, naturally. The problem is the physical burden." Now, Xavi was asked whether Lionel Messi's breakthrough resembles that of Lamine Yamal, and he said, "They are good examples. Right guards management with Leo. He had injuries at the beginning. We have to be cautious with Lamine. He will help us." Now, the reason I decided to highlight this statement is because this is something I've been talking about a lot in my previous videos where I've highlighted the importance of protecting Lamine Yamal, because even though he's an incredibly talented player and the team benefits a lot from him being on the field, it's important that we don't play him too much because we have to protect his development. Now, Lamine Yamal is only 16 years old. He's still a child, and not only is he still developing as a football player, but he's still developing physically, and he currently does not have the lung, heart, or muscular capacity to play 90 minutes of every single match. And not only that, but since Lamine Yamal is still developing physically, he's in a critical stage of his life, and putting extra stress on his development or exert him too much could eventually have consequences that could affect the rest of his career. So I'm very glad that Xavi Hernández and the technical staff are looking to protect Lamine Yamal and limit his playing time, because yes, he is talented. Yes, we all love to see him play, but his health comes first, and we need to absolutely protect this crown jewel of La Masia. Now, Xavi Hernández also spoke about why Barcelona have been struggling against 5-man defenses, and he said, "We lose the duel, the second ball. Sometimes we attack early. We lack patience. We don't develop the play. That causes unnecessary losses. We've talked about it. We have to correct and adjust." Now, I highlighted this statement because it goes along something that I said in yesterday's live stream where I did a match analysis of the match between Barcelona and Mallorca. And I said that many people were quick to blame the defense and Marc ter Stegen for Barcelona's struggle. But that is not the real cause on why Barcelona is struggling. Yes, ter Stegen's error and the defense errors conceded 2 goals. But at the end of the day, where the problem really lies is in the offense. Because not only is the offense not generating enough chances to score goals and overcome these mistakes committed by the defense, but they're also losing the ball a lot by not developing the plays enough or by attacking too early. And of course, no matter how good your defense is, even if you have the best defense in Europe, which we do, you're You're still gonna concede goals if your offense continues to lose the ball. So the problem does not lie in the defense. That's simply short-sightedness and not seeing the full picture. The problem still remains in Barcelona's offense that don't generate enough chances and continuously lose the ball, leaving Barcelona's defense completely exposed. Now on to the great news that Barcelona have announced a net profit of 304 million euros for the fiscal year 2022-2023. And they announced this great news through this following statement where they said, the FC Barcelona Board of Directors can report that the 2022-2023 financial year has closed with a net profit of 304 million euros after taxes, a result higher than the approved in last season's budget. These results have been achieved in a season that will go down in history for the record operational figures in the commercial and venue operations sections. The club has made improvements in all lines of business, recording figures higher than expected in each of them. Now, Barcelona's commercial revenue increased by 43% from last year to 351 million euros. The club also earned 200 million euros in sponsorships, while bringing 100 million euros from sales achieved from Barca stores. Now, the club entered into sponsorship deals with Spotify, Bimbo, and Whitebit, and new agreements with Scotiabank and Stanley. There's also what's described as a significant increase in turnover from the Camp Nou, with 121 million euros in income raised. And also Barcelona generated a record gate taken from women's football as well. Now, Barca are also reporting a drop in the club's debt for a second straight year from 680 million euros to 552 million euros, and are predicting revenues of 859 million euros for next year, with a profit of 11 million euros under the club's feasibility plan. Now that's great news, because after many seasons of Barcelona losing money under the presidency of Josep Maria Bartomeu, Barcelona are now announcing a profit of 304 million euros, which is a huge testament to the amazing and great work that Joan Laporta and his board of directors are currently doing, increasing the profits all across the board, not just from attendance, but also from sales, and even generating new sponsorship deals, which again just goes to show the great work that Laporta and his board of directors are currently doing, which according to some people, they're not doing a good job at all. Now, another great thing about this news is that Barcelona are projecting an 11 million euro profit for next year. And you might say, how is that good news? If this past year they made 300 million and next year they'll make 11 only. Well, next year Barcelona are not going to be counting on any activation of any economic levers. So those 11 million euros are devoid of any money from economic levers. And also, what's very important here is that Barcelona will be playing in Olympic Stadium the entire season, and which has half the capacity of the Spotify Camp Nou. And in a year where Barcelona were thinking they were going to lose large amounts of money from the loss of this income from the move of the stadiums, it looks like they're still going to be able to make a profit, which again, it goes to show the great work that the current president and his board of directors are doing. Now on to not so good news, and that's that Barcelona are officially under formal investigation for bribery charges in the Enriquez Negreira case. Now, just to recap really quick, as you already know, Barcelona had hired the former referee Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira as a consultant for the club so he can produce technical reports in regards to referees from the years 2001 to 2018, where Barcelona paid him a total of 7 million euros in those 17 years. And of course, Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira was also the vice president of the committee of referees at the same time that Barcelona had hired him, which prompted the investigation by the prosecutor's office for corruption charges to see whether Barcelona had bribed referees or attempted to influence competitions through the hiring of Negreira. Now, after several months of investigation, the prosecutor's office did not find any kind of evidence of bribery or Barcelona try to influence the competition, and instead they switched their focus to see whether the former presidents Josep Maria Bartomeu and Sandro Rosé had used Enriquez Negreira to steal and launder money away from Barcelona. Now, this of course did not sit well with the status quo in Spain, and the judge who's in charge of the case wrote a judicial opinion saying that since there's no evidence showing that Barcelona attempted to bribe referees or influence any kind of competitions, that Barcelona might have done it in a different way, which is through the promotion and demotion of referees, where they would pay Negreira to promote referees to the first division, and these referees would get an increase in their salary and benefits as first division referees, and in exchange they would rule in favor of Barcelona, which this of course was shown that to be also impossible because Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira had no power in the promotion or demotion of referees. Well, now that these two hypotheses have been put to rest, since there's no evidence to prove any of them, the judge in charge of the case has now changed the whole case, and now he's saying that what Barcelona did is not corruption, which is the initial charges brought against Barcelona, but instead it accounts as bribery of a civil servant. So the investigation now has turned to whether Barcelona bribed the civil servant, who is Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira. And of course, in order to prove bribery, all you have to do is show that Barcelona paid Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira money, and it doesn't matter whether he actually bribed other referees or influenced matches. All you have to do is show the actual bribery. So for example, if I bribe a referee, a judge to rule in my favor, all you have to show for this to be a crime is that I gave him money. It doesn't matter whether the judge ruled in my favor or not. Now, as a result of this change in investigation, the Civil Guard, or La Guardia Civil in Spain, stormed the offices of the Royal Spanish Football Federation today in order to collect documents to investigate these bribery charges of civil servant, which of course is absolutely no evidence of this. Barcelona did not bribe Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira. They simply hired him as an exterior consultant. But what makes this whole case even more laughable is that Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira is not a civil servant. He was the vice president of the Committee of Referees, which is a private entity. This whole thing is an absolute joke. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are completely calm about this. They have no worries because not only did they not commit any crimes, did they not bribe anyone, but like I said, the charges of bribing a civil servant are not going to stick because, again, Jose Maria Enriquez Negreira is not a civil servant. This is simply a desperate attempt by the status quo in Spain to continue with this smear campaign, and since every hypothesis they put forward does not stick, there's no evidence to prove it, they continue to come up with new accusations because, again, this is not about proving Barcelona committed a crime or investigating whether Barcelona committed a crime. It's simply a smear campaign to make Barcelona look bad. Now we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona are currently monitoring the situation of Juan Miranda as a possible substitute for Alejandro Balde. Now, Juan Miranda is a 23-year-old left back who currently plays for Real Betis, and he came up through the Barcelona academy, and in fact, Barcelona own 50% of image rights in the player. And Juan Miranda's contract expires at the end of the season, so in the summer of 2024, and so far he's not renewing his contract with his current club. So therefore, Barcelona are monitoring the situation because if Juan Miranda decides not to renew his contract with Real Betis, then Barcelona are looking to sign him as a free agent so he can be the substitute of Alejandro Balde. Now, Barcelona will have competition because it's reported that AC Milan are very interested in the youngster as well. And it's reported that if Juan Miranda does not renew his contract with Real Betis, that Barcelona could make a move as soon as December because, again, they are looking in the market for a substitute for Alejandro Balde, especially since Marcos Alonso's contract does expire next summer, and it's very highly unlikely that Barcelona will not extend the contract of the Spanish defender. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.